Hello, ghost of Christmas. Oh, got audio going on here. Hold on. All right. How's everybody doing today? Thanks for checking out the broadcast. Today is, I believe, episode 33 or broadcast number 33. I'm on day 53 of day 53 of my health and wellness challenge here. That is not a live cam of my yard. That is a still photo of what I'm dreaming for Christmas this year. It is definitely not white at all. It is very green. Well, maybe not green, but brown and dead. This is an old photo, but I thought maybe if I had some snow behind me, we could end up with a white Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. So yeah, like I said, today is day 53. I have been doing well with the refeeding. I have a little bit I'll share with that later. How are your guys' diets going? I know Bolt, you said you've been kind of struggling with things. You were doing the auto AIP diet there, and then hoping to get back into fasting. So I hope you're getting your schedule figured out, or what your game plan with that is figured out. I'll just pop right into the weigh-in. Let me get this phone. Bolt just dropped $200 in good groceries. That is awesome. Now just make sure you eat them before they all go bad, right? No, don't eat them too fast. Hey, what's going on? Awesome Pigeon TV's in here. How are you doing today? I know you said yesterday you were back on track on your diet after vacation. We need a bigger fruit bowl, says Carrie. Well, it is in the description today. If you look at the description of this video and you go to show more, there is a link in the description that says Discord link. Now, I don't know what. Yeah. So I believe if you click on that, let me know what happens down in the description. I made a Discord link. The only server room I made was just called Weight Loss Check-In. I was looking into a little bit of Discord stuff today, but I might try to do different rooms based on diet types, or maybe if people are going to be doing different challenges or something like that. Awesome Pigeon here says he's doing better today. Those first few days of hungers are rough though. I guess I don't know what your diet plan is. I know that you lost like 100 pounds right before your vacation, and then he said you put some on and now it's some off. So yeah, but once you get, the first few days of any diet's tough because of those cravings. Your body wants, your body's telling you to get those foods that are high calorie, low volume, and your body wants you to go eat those. And so it's craving the sugars and the, things like that. You down under 600 calories a day. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because that's kind of what I did before. I've talked about it a few times, and I've talked to you about that. Just and a big part of what I've been looking at or focusing on is getting there, and then once I get there, what I'm gonna do. But let's get how far away are you from goal though? You got a little ways, don't you? Pigeon is what I'm talking to. Let's see. We're gonna do the weigh-in here. So let me get this queued up so that it is going. All right. All the cool kids are the fasting Discord now. It's the place to be. You're at 308, shooting for 240. Yeah, that's a good goal. I mean, that's something where I guess that would be my thing that I've definitely changed with this diet than I've done in any other diet in the past is my end goal. I always was a big person, and so in high school I was over 250 by the time I was a freshman, or 275 at one point as a freshman, and so I was always that big. So as an adult, or since I've been out of high school, I've had goals like 300, 285 was a goal, and those goals are great goals, and I lost a lot of weight to hit those goals, but you're still not at the right weight at those goals, and so having a goal that puts you much closer to uh, body mass index, I think that's great. I think it's a great goal, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Let's get my broadcast up in the middle of the screen, and it already showed you my weight. What are you doing? No, it didn't. Okay, that wasn't the right weight. I got to move my camera angle. It says 417.8. Yeah, I'm sorry. It doesn't show that better. Some stuff got messed up in the area, and I'm like tripoding the camera over a scale. So it was 417.8. So that is here on the top. So that puts my total weight loss at 102 pounds. So I lost 0.8 since the weigh-in the other day. I am very happy with it. I've definitely tried to eat a little bit more. And so it's nice to have see the weight loss still. The next thing I was going to talk about, if you guys got any non-scale victories, I'd love to hear about how any non-scale victories are. The big one I was going to talk about, or I talked about on Mondays, so I'm kind of cheating because I'm using it both times, but it is my red shirt here that has Darth Vader's head on it. It is a shirt I intended to wear to work on Monday. I'm wearing it today. It is a 5X, so it's still not down to 4X, but I will get there soon. Carrie says she's wearing a smaller size blue jeans right now. She keeps telling me I need dig out smaller blue jeans. Apparently the ones I have are too large. And she's probably right. I keep walking on the heel of them. So I'm going to have to bust out some new jeans here. She says they look like clown pants. Well, that's only because they're on a clown. So any other non-scale victories? I suppose, let's see what Bolt's got. Non-scale victory, getting my diet in order also has me getting my clutter in order. Every day I'm cleaning like never before. Yeah. And I talked about that while I was fasting. Some of those things like cleaning that, or I talked about that I was like maintaining my hair more regularly, or taking care of things more regularly. I started working on my feet, personal care things that aren't necessarily diet things, but they're lifestyle betterment things. If you can, cleaning up my car, just doing that would really, that'll be a non-scale victory next week. I'm gonna clean my car up. That'll be good. But yeah, it really just helps, and just seeing something different too, because you get used to seeing the clutter, and then you clean up, and it's like, oh, we have carpet at the bottom of our pantry. That's crazy. I didn't know that. But the other non-scale victory I would say I had is that it's kind of twofold, I suppose, is that I went to the grocery store, and I bought myself lunch, or I got everything I needed, or that I ate for my own lunch today. I didn't bring lunch in. So I went to the grocery store. What I found out, and I'm sure that Carrie has noticed trying to make food for us, our diet is extremely restrictive, and the grocery store doesn't have much that I could just pick up and go. This morning I got up and I was like, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and get, some stuff and kind of put something together for myself for lunch. And uh, I get to the grocery store and there's fruits and veggies and those are easy. I ended up picking up a couple apples and a bag of carrots and I was like, okay. And then I had I had it in my head I was gonna go find some olives because I just wanted to have an olive or something. Carrie doesn't like olives at all, so it's not something that she's just gonna go find and buy. So, um, I started looking around and I uh, I couldn't find any packages that said they didn't have salt in them, which it might be something that's something how they make olives. Maybe I won't be able to eat olives, but um, it's just amazing the amount of stuff that is just not on my diet. And it was an odd experience walking through the grocery store because it was kind of a weird like, oh, I don't even have to worry about anything down that aisle because I know, the chip aisle, there's nothing in that entire aisle that's going to be, salt, oil, sugar, vegan. Um and so it was freeing in that I know I'm sticking to my diet so I don't even have to worry about even going down those areas. But then it was kind of disheartening, because I had an apple and carrots for lunch, because I couldn't really find uh, anything that, I mean, there was other stuff that was there that we have at home that I wasn't going to just buy um, just to have for lunch, I guess, too, because I'm only here for today. So, and then I'm not going to be back at work till next week. Yeah, I don't think I'll be back till Monday. And so I didn't want to buy something that was going to be a big package of something perishable, I guess, either. And so I just figured I'll take these things and I'll eat them and I'll be happy. And uh, compared to um, compared to the lunches that I was showing you while I was fasting, like my Wendy's $15 dinners and my Taco Bell $12 breakfasts. I believe my total lunch today might have cost me $2. And that was almost all because of I bought like the really expensive apples that they had, like the Honey Crisp, like $2 a pound apples. And I ate one of those, so that was probably um, the most expensive part of my lunch. So, uh, but the other thing I do have to say is that doesn't sound like a great lunch or doesn't sound completely satisfying as far as the quality, the apple, the carrots, they taste exactly like I expected. They gave me the flavor. Um, but something I noticed last night at dinner when I was eating it, I think it was dinner, maybe it was breakfast. It was one of the last two times I ate, is that I am enjoying the foods more than I I would normally be. Like I know we had smoothies that like I know that if I drop some sweetener in there or some sugar in there, it would elevate the smoothie to a next level. But it was still good enough. It still satisfied me. Um I didn't need it to go to the next level. And so we're trying to figure those things out. And like Carrie says here, I think eventually we'll just know what's okay to eat and it's going to get easier. I think that is the same way with really any diet, whether it's this restrictive one we're doing or you do keto or you do something else. Um, and so the other, let's see what else is going on here in chat. I think Bolt and Carrie are just going back and forth about how to clean. Anybody wants any advice on that, you can read chat. And then Pigeon says here, since I was away from, so do you mind giving basic rundown on the current diet? Okay. So, I mean, it's pretty much just I went from fasting to just like one step above as far as foods. Essentially, what we're doing is called vegan and then SOS free. And so SOS is salt, oil, sugar free. And so it's pretty much whole food, plant-based diet without any added salt, oil, and sugar. And so it is very restrictive. I know I keep saying that. My mentality was that I was already fasting, so adding this is less restrictive than what I was doing. And I've never in all the years I've dieted and all of the ways I've lost weight and all of the things I've done, I've cut out fats and sugars and carbohydrates and cut my calories down, and I've never had a diet ask to get rid of salt, oil, and sugar. And when you look at them, there's a lot of stuff. And Carrie mentions the True North. There's a True North clinic in California that they do medically supervised fasts. That's what they recommend coming out of a fast. That's what they recommend every person eats their whole lives is this diet. They believe that this is the but the True North folks, I guess the two doctors, there's a Dr. Lyle and there's a Dr. Goldhammer. And then but there's also Dr. McDougall, Dr. Starts with an F. I can't think of it right now. But there is a few doctors that they argue about the starch level of the diet, I guess, or the carbohydrate level of the diet, but they all agree to eliminate food or animal and then salt, oil, and sugar. So salt, oil, and sugar are in salt, oil, and sugar is in everything that I ate prior to fasting. There's not a single food that wouldn't have had a salt, a sugar, or cooked in oil or made of oil. Every piece of everything I ate. And so it's like trying to learn Arabic as far as eating and diet and everything goes for me and for Carrie, who's really the one taking the brunt of the food preparing. But no, it's not. It's Furman. Dr. Furman was the other doctor. But that's the True North. Dr. Fung is another doctor who talks very much about water fasting and losing weight during water fasting and what happens to your body. And they've all done lots of studying on all of that stuff. But never had a diet asked to remove those things. And I kind of figured, why not? I'll do it for a couple months. The argument is, and there's a book that I'm just getting into, and it's an older book, but it's called The Pleasure Trap. But essentially, it's just saying that I haven't read the whole book, so I can't say essentially. But one of the things it's saying is that we're animals, and our bodies are physiological designed to try to consume the highest calorie content food that has the lowest volume and to get as much of it as possible. And that's our natural instinct. And so when you have items like salt, they make things taste better, but they also allow you to eat more than you would too. Like I had a bowl of popcorn the other day. I ate a few handfuls, probably not even half the bowl, but it had zero salt, oil, or salt or oil on it. But if I'd have had that bowl of popcorn, um, 2 months ago, it would have been filled with salt and oil. And actually, Carrie was making popcorn with sugar. That's pretty good, kettle corn. And if that was in front of me, I would have had 2 bowls of it, and I'd have been fighting for another one. And so their argument is there's no there's no food that you eat less of unsalted. And so and then all this stuff is fractionated as well. And so like with vegetable oil, if you look at olives, you can say, well, olive oil is all natural, but it also takes like thousands and thousands of olives to make 1 bottle of olive juice. And so that's a fractionated portion of a whole food that you're just sucking like 0.01% of any nutritional value out of each one and bottling it. And so that's not good either because it's high calories. It's with low quantities. So they recommend you eat your vegetables first and fill your gut up, and then finish with potatoes and carbohydrates, stuff like that. So we're trying it. I've mentioned it many times. We're gonna stick with it for 2 months here, and they say and I think this is true with any diet. This isn't just their diet, but you're going to switch to a diet that's restrictive, where you're going to get rid of a fat or carbohydrates, or you're going to get rid of things. And so the your body has to take time to get used to not having those things. And so like when you fast and you have a headache for the first couple of days, it's because your body is sending you pain receptors or trying to affect your moods to get you to motivate you to do something, to maybe go get food, or or to say, hey, we're running out of that kind of a lot of times sugar is a very easy one. People are like, I need to go get some sugar, and so they go get sugar. But Bolt said he checked out their website. No, I'm not under any doctor's supervision now with what I'm doing, I suppose. I don't know. Their website seems old. I don't know. They're getting more popularity as far as what they're doing because fasting is becoming more popular. I believe they opened the clinic in '84, so I was like 2 years old. But they've had stories, if you watch their videos, of they had police show up at their door because people were saying that they were witch doctors because they were helping people fast. But this was in the '90s, and there's a lot of different mindset out there about fasting. For them, they feel that fasting is a natural part of our physiology, that all of us are designed to fast. That's why we are able to store fat on our body. Like if we weren't able to fast for periods of time, then there'd be no reason for our body to store fat around it. It'd be a waste to store fat if it wasn't accessible to us when we needed it. And so that's kind of yeah, I suppose that's a long answer to your question there. Awesome, Pigeon. I guess the only other thing, it feels the most natural too. It feels like if I had to put a fence up around my house and live on my own without anybody coming in or coming out, it'd be the only way I would know how to, I wouldn't have access to salt, oil, or sugar. I wouldn't know how to, produce those things. But I would be able to grow fruits and vegetables and whole foods out of the ground. And then they talk about ancestral stuff too. Like we're all the product of thousands of generations of the best fasters, the best hunter gatherers, and so and most of the time when you see diseases that are popping up in our Western culture, in history that happened to the rich people because they were the ones that had access to things like salt and sugar. They had the money to buy the spices. So anyways, that is about my diet. We did the weight, the 1,000,000 calorie challenge. I got up over 350,000 calories after the last 350,000 calories after the last stream. So I'm only up about 2,800 more. So it's at 57,000. Sorry, 357,000 calories even is where it's at. I need to get a few more burgers on that sign, she says, on my 250 calorie loss button. That'll be up to Justin. They'll take care of that. He's my graphics guy. Did the starting soon? Was anybody waiting before I started or saw that I did the scheduled stream? I didn't really do it till later, but I was able to kind of make a thumbnail GIF that, and that was kind of nice. I'm going to do that Monday. I'm going to get back on Monday and see how we're doing, but plan on doing it through the week, except for on probably the 31st, which would be Friday. And then, but the rest of the week, I don't think I have anything interfering with me getting on. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot. Let me see. So Pigeon said it sounds like a fun chat. Yeah, I mean, if you're wanting to challenge yourself with that type of diet, I mean, it's I'm getting food in me and I don't feel guilty about anything I've eaten. There's not a thing where I've been like, well, except for maybe some brownies, but I was told they're okay. They had some sort of, I think somebody, Bolt said something about the AAP. You can put organic maple syrup in the smoothies. I think that our diet, technically you could too. I'm not sure how that works because it's maple. And then, yeah, and Carrie's saying here now, the toughest part about the diet is just finding the right things or the things you can eat. And then we've also had some luck finding some sources for like ketchups, mustards. We have like a banana pancake mix, some things like that. Coconut sugar. I don't know what coconut sugar is. I never seen no sugar growing out of no coconut. So we got Christmas coming up. I was I don't know what you guys have planned. I think we're doing definitely a lot less than we normally would as far as going out and doing family meals. We will still have a get together and I'm sure there will still be food present, but my wife is gonna rock some awesome vegan SOS free plates for us up, and we'll have that, and then the kids will have plenty of sugar and candy and all things nice. But I hope everybody has a great Christmas or happy holidays or whatever you're celebrating. We got to push strong to get here through the last 8 days of the year. We're gonna hit it strong so that we can come into next year ready to go, ready to just keep on going with this weight loss train. It would have been super cool to get down under 400 here, but that'll be my first goal going into the year is just to knock that 400 out. I'm so close, 17 pounds. Pigeon says Merry Christmas. Thanks, awesome Pigeon. You guys have a good holiday. Try not to fight with your families too much. And if you do, don't eat because of them. It's not worth it. There is that Discord link down below. My Instagram is @Fasting, FAHSTING. Instagram's the same thing. I don't know what I'm going to turn that into, but there's some servers in there. I think you can get in there and chat. And as we can get it to grow, maybe we can start doing some, place where people can record their own stats, things like that, as I learn how to figure it out. Anyways, you guys all have a great Christmas. Happy holidays.